Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Lexi Out's here, and I'm a little early because I want to get done early to go to the game today. So I'm starting a little bit after 9. I wanted to start right at 9, but of course I have to get the ref report, and the refs don't get announced till 9:05. So I just put the ref report together in the last 5 minutes, and I'm ready to rock. So yeah, we're playing the Pistons today. The number one team in the Eastern Conference is a big deal. We want to build on the momentum from what we did on Friday night against the Phoenix Suns. This is going to be a tall order of task, and I'm going to tell you why in just a second. But we're going to do our best. I'm going to go down there and get loud. At 3:30 p.m. is the tip-off. I went and checked the locker vision, and this is the jersey we're wearing today. Y'all, you want me to start doing that segment where I look up the jersey that the Raptors are going to wear for the game so I can inform you guys? Because what I've been doing is I've been wearing a jersey that matches what they're wearing in that game. And, they have that site, the NBA Locker Vision, where you can go look at what jersey the team's going to be wearing that day. That's what Nab Bhatia probably does to be able to show up at the game wearing the right color jersey, matching the Raptors on the court. So today we're wearing the Raptor red chevron today, and I've got my Scotty jersey on, and I will be wearing this at the game today and getting loud. I'm coming down there. I just wrote Lloyd. Why not Lloyd, Scotty's buddy from Twitch, and playing video games, to tell him I'm going to the game to get loud in a Sunday afternoon game because I want to help them get as loud as possible. I will. That's right. That's right. Yeah, and I also told Lloyd, tell Scotty to take all the anger from the shit talk and the other things that are happening with the referees and hulk up and just go crazy and score on them and get the W. That's the best revenge. Just hulk up and get the W. That's what I want him to do. That's right. All right, let's see what's going on here. All right, I got the latest lineup news. We got Colin Murray-Boyles is out for today's game once again. His thumb is not working. That's what I've heard, like in the last couple of days, that Colin's thumb is literally not working. He can't grip things with his left thumb. So this is an issue, but they're not totally sure if he's going to need surgery. That's the thing. So it's really weird situation. Either way, we want the youngster from South Carolina to get better and return to the lineup. Chucky Hepburn is getting some progress in his recovery from his meniscus surgery. He is no longer using crutches, and he's doing jogging now. He's jogging and running. So we'll see. I don't know if Chucky's going to be back in time to get time on the court by the end of the season, but if he does, that's fantastic. We would love that. So there's probably going to be a notorious barbecue yak starting for the Raptors today. The regular normal starting lineup: Emmanuel Quickley, Brandon Ingram, RJ Barrett, Scotty Barnes, and Jakob Poeltl. So yeah, we're going to need this size and the top talent of the Raptors to try and take down the number one team in the East. That's right. That's right. So yeah, let's go look at Detroit. Isaiah Stewart is ruled out for today's game due to a left calf strain. He missed the first game against us also. So this will be 2 games in a row where we don't have to see Beef Stew. In some ways, I'm not upset about that. In some ways, we know who he is and what he does and the physicality he brings for the Pistons. So yeah, Beef Stew, not on the menu today. Yeah. Sur Thompson is listed as probable for today's game. He has an ankle problem, but he's saying that he's probable. So we should see the Thompson twins. So hold me now, doctor. Yeah, all that stuff. Thompson twin probably going to be available. So who are the Pistons at this moment right now? Their starting lineup: Cade Cunningham plays the point guard. Duncan Robinson is the shooting guard. Osur Thompson will probably be starting at small forward. Tobias Harris, the longtime vet at power forward. And the all-star for this year, Jalen Duren, at center. Off the bench, they've got the G League phenom, Dennis Jenkins, Karis LeVert, formerly of the Nets and the Cavs, Ronald Holland II, Javonte Green, Marcus Sasser, the good friend of Jamal Shed, Kevin Herter, Paul Reed is on there. Former Sixer Paul Reed is there. And let's see, Tulu Smith, Bobby Clintman, and Isaac Jones. So some big guys to round out the end of their bench with Isaac Jones and Bobby Clintman and Tulu Smith. So, yeah, what have they been doing lately? Well, they're the Pistons, and they have the best record in the East. So what do you think they've been doing? They've been winning. They got a 3-game winning streak right now, and they had lost 4 games before that. So they had a 4-game losing streak just like a week ago. Now they have a 3-game winning streak. So I don't know, whatever Cleveland, San Antonio, Brooklyn, and Miami did to beat the Pistons over that stretch of time in March, well, let's try and mimic it and see if we can. I'm sure Darko and Pat Delaney and Coco and Jama and Mary and all them have watched the film of the other games with the Pistons, and hopefully they have a very creative solution for the Raptors to tailor make us being able to beat them. The ESPN matchup predictor for today is predicting 65% that the Pistons will win today. I believe it's 65% Pistons will win. That's what they think. So we'll go ahead and try and flip the script on them real quick. So yeah, there's your latest lineup news. Beef stew is not on the menu. Not on the menu. Yeah. We're going to get into the refs now. The refs are an issue, guys. This is a horrible ref crew we're going to have today. Ref report undefeated, and this is bad. I'm going to tell this right now. 2 out of 3 are bad refs. Our crew chief for today. Well, wait, let's do the replay center. First of all, in the replay center is going to be Biniam Maru, Dedrick Taylor, Ed Malloy, and Trey Maddox. Biniam Maru and Dedrick Taylor were there yesterday. Ed Malloy was not. He was in Boston refereeing the Celtics game. But yeah, Ed Malloy's in the replay center. That's first of all the first bad thing, right? Ed Malloy is the guy who's going to be checking things from afar. That's no good. The crew chief is Mark Davis. Oh my gosh, Mark Davis, number 8 out of Chicago, Illinois, 28th season in the league. His favorite TV show is The Wire. His favorite movie is Three Colors Pan-African. His favorite musician is John Coltrane. He likes the book Lonesome Dove. He eats pancakes. His favorite app is the airport Cisco AnyConnect app. He most like to visit Venice Beach, Venice, Italy. I don't know. Bucket list: fly a helicopter along the Chicago River. Yeah, we've had Mark Davis a bit this year. This will be the 5th game he's ref for us this year. We lost the last 2. We're actually 1-3 with Mark Davis this year. That's no surprise. 1-3. Yeah. Let's see. Mark Davis enjoys playing golf and pickleball. I think these refs that like pickleball, they're the jerks. Him and Scott Foster, the pickleball boys. Well, we win 48% of our games when Mark Davis is around. And, that's above our winning percentage as a franchise. But he's still not a good ref for us. He's a ref manipulator. He will direct the game at the end of the game if it's close towards an outcome. And he'll probably be against the Raptors today. I'm just going to say that right now. So very much pay attention to Mark Davis today, because he is one of those guys, and he is our crew chief today. And it's not good, man. The Pistons win 46% of their games. So he technically favors the Raptors percentage-wise with wins, but we got to remember the Pistons were really bad for a lot of Mark Davis's career, and that's why that win percentage is lower than ours. So 48-46 for the Raptors, but don't trust this. Read between the lines. That's Mark Davis, a man who stole a Raptors game from them in Sacramento 10 years ago. So and he's already ref hit job us this year in that Charlotte game where we went to overtime. He totally destroyed our 9-game winning streak last fall. When we were winning, he ran us off the road by putting us in overtime with Con Knipple and the Charlotte Hornets in Charlotte. He was the one who ref that game and led to that. So just so y'all know, this is what we're dealing with. The second ref is all right, though. It's Eric Dalen. We love Eric Dalen, number 37 out of Minnetonka, his 18th season. His favorite TV show is NCIS. He likes the movie We Were Soldiers. He listens to Zach Brown. Zach Brown's going to be on Survivor this week, y'all. I saw that on the preview. Zach Brown, the country singer, is going to show up on the island and be with them on Survivor. I don't understand that totally. We'll have to see on Wednesday. His favorite meal is chili. His favorite app is Netflix. He'd most like to visit a cruise around the world, and he'd also like to take a ride in a fighter jet. Yeah. Eric Dalen considers his most memorable NBA assignment to be his first game as a full-time staff official. It was the Lakers at the Nuggets on November the 1st, 2008. That's right. Eric Dalen is the big tight end. He played college ball at University of Minnesota. We've had him twice this year. Normally, Eric Dalen's very nice to us, but he's on a down year with us. We've lost both games with Eric Dalen this year so far. So we're 0-2 with the big man, the tight end. And but our career winning with him is fantastic. We win 59% of our games when Eric is present normally, but I don't expect him to have a factor tonight because of what's going on. In some ways, I hope that we can do this. We might have to be winning 8 versus 5 and against the Pistons too. So, but Eric's record for the Pistons is 39%. So he technically favors the Raptors, and he does. He does. It's 59 to 39 for the Raptors. Very, very wide gap. Now, the third ref is even more problematic than the first ref, Mark Davis, because it's the return of Eric Lewis, guys. Eric Lewis refereed a 905 game in the last 2 weeks on a rehab assignment, coming back up to be a full-time NBA ref. And, well, he's arrived. Eric Lewis, of course, got kicked out of the NBA for being a ref because of a burner account that he had, that he was doing crazy shit through a burner account on social media, saying crazy stuff. And also was found out that Eric Lewis is a big-time Boston Celtics fan. His whole entire family wears Boston gear all the time. And there's a whole bunch of pictures of him wearing Boston gear too. So he's not an impartial ref. He's an old school establishment ref. And I don't understand why they let him back in, because he's coming back and he's going to be the third ref today in Toronto. And it's not a good thing. He's very similar to Mark Davis, to be honest, as far as like a ref hit job, ref manipulator, and really no love for our franchise, and probably will call against us on all 50-50 calls. Just so you know, Eric Lewis has a 48% winning percentage with the Raptors, which is just above the winning percentage of the franchise. And, well, the Pistons win 39% of their games. So he technically favors the Raptors also historically. So 48 to 39, the split with the third ref, Eric Lewis, who's returning to the NBA with this one, man. This is crazy, man. Honestly, this is crazy to me. And, man, I hate seeing Eric and Mark this morning. I really, really do hate seeing these guys, because they are not for us. Trust me. And they will screw us over if they can. They will. They totally will. So, man, I am just not happy about this. I'm just going to say that. So, I wish we had a better ref crew today, but we don't. We don't. It's just how it is, unfortunately. And well, we're gonna have to do it really strongly against refs today, guys. It's not gonna be easy, and we're gonna have to just do our best. If we don't win this game today because of some fucked up shit, just understand that's why this is happening. Okay, because Eric Lewis and Mark Davis are two of the refs tonight. Just know that this is part of it. And watch them real closely. I know I will. From inside the arena, I will be watching them real close. That's for sure. All right, so there's your latest lineup news and your ref report. Yeah, it's not a good ref crew at all, man. It's not a good ref crew. Yeah. Let's see. Trevor is saying this. Words of wisdom from the commissioner of fun, Trevor J. Be grateful for what you have, but still grind for what you want. Appreciate how far you've come while staying focused on how far you're trying to go. Gratitude keeps you humble. Hungry keeps you moving. I like all that. Yeah, definitely practice gratitude as soon as you get up every morning. Go over a list of at least 3 things that you are absolutely grateful for. And, well, that's a good part to start your day, because that seedling will grow into more things you'll be grateful for, because an attitude of gratitude brings abundance. And abundance is, abundance isn't having a lot of wealth. It isn't having a lot of things. Abundance is a feeling inside of you of feeling complete and whole and happy. That's what abundance is. And people that accumulate wealth, they do not find abundance. That's the weird thing about it. That's not actually abundance. Abundance is having a lot of love in your life, having strong relationships with people that matter, and they're very, very fulfilling. Abundance could be like you started growing plants and they're growing, and you're like, wow, I get a really good feeling from growing the plants. I got little seedlings that just popped up, germinating, because I'm starting early on my gardening. And I feel abundance from seeing the little seedlings popping up out of the ground and saying, oh, there's my tomato plants already growing right now, and I'm going to put them outside. Yeah, abundance is not necessarily connected to money. And I think a lot of people connect abundance to money. But honestly, does money make people happy? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. And you can have an abundance of things and personal items, and but the Buddhist tenement would say that the things do not give you happiness. It's a hollow, shallow happiness if it does. That's it right there. Thank you for the words of wisdom, Trevor J. Blessings to the Jones family, all the Raptor Freak families. That's right. That's right. Trevor's saying this. Happy game day. Let's keep it going. because of last night outcome. Okay, because of last night's outcomes, we are out of the play-in and back in the playoff race. That's right. Miami faced Orlando yesterday, and the Magic beat the Heat. And because of the situation, we have a tiebreaker over both those Florida teams because of our season series with them. And we were tied with the Miami Heat for the percentage points. We jumped out of the play-in into the 6th playoff spot last night without even playing, because Miami fell back in the play-in for losing to Orlando. And that's how that went down with that. Medved Ted's in the house today. Let's go Raptors. Good morning to you, Medved Ted. Always happy to see you in the chat on the Raptor Freak channel. That's right. Ibrahim's here. He's telling me that beef stew is not on the menu today. Thank you for subscription, Ibrahim. Let's see. Reed Dion's here. Pistons have Robinson and Herter, 2 good 3-point shooters. Yeah. Yeah. There's if I'm doing a scout on y'all's team, I mean, listen. All right. Listen, Pistons fans, if you're going to be here with me on my preview, I want to talk to you guys real quick. I respect what y'all have been doing this year. This is fantastic. I'd much rather see y'all at the top of the Eastern Conference standings than Boston or New York. So keep going. For a little while there in the last couple of weeks, I was worried the NBA was trying to sabotage y'all and bring y'all down and get the Celtics above you guys. But I'm glad you're holding strong. I don't want y'all to win today. I'd love for us to win because we need to build off of what we did on Friday night. But I want to say I respect what y'all have done with your climb this year. I know where y'all were a couple of years ago. I know. I saw y'all. We played y'all. In fact, we let y'all get rid of a really bad win streak one day when we traded OG Anunoby to New York. So, look, I'm proud of you guys. I'm proud of Dwayne Casey. Dwayne Casey came to y'all's team, and he had a very similar effect to what he did to Toronto when he came to Toronto. He got y'all out of the mud and got y'all in the playoffs. So I'm proud of you guys. I used to be a Pistons fan. I was originally a Pistons fan before the Raptors existed. I was a Bad Boys fan, a huge Isaiah Thomas fan, a huge Dennis Rodman fan, a huge Joe Dumars fan. So I ain't got nothing against you guys. We're going to compete today. We're going to play. May the best team win. And I want to say this right now. I root for you guys in some ways. Definitely against our Atlantic Division hated opponents like the Celtics, the Knicks, the Sixers, and the Nets. So Pistons, there's no real smoke coming from me towards y'all. May the best team win. And I'm proud of you guys for how much you got it out of the mud this year and got all the way to the top. This is fantastic. Of course, Cade Cunningham is best friends with Scotty Barnes. And, that's something that's cool. I think that Cade is a fantastic player to build around. I think that Cade is the 3rd choice for MVP this year. I think that if it's not going to be SGA, that Cade Cunningham should get it. So you have no enemy in me. Let's just be friendly rivals today, play the game, and have a good time. And to the best team win. I know these refs are going to fuck over the Raptors probably today, is what I'm saying right now. I hope it doesn't happen, but we'll see. They have a proclivity for that. And who knows? Maybe they'll screw you guys over. I don't know, because they may actually be here to screw you guys over because they want the Celtics to catch you guys. It could be either way. It could be, let's crush the Raptors once again with Mark Davis and his ref hit jobs. Or it could be they're coming here to fuck y'all up and help us win because they want the Celtics to catch you guys. See, I know that Adam Silver's like Vince McMahon. He's trying to book this shit like WrestleMania. And in some ways, I can identify with the Pistons team as a Raptors fan because we're not one of those golden teams that the NBA wants to do totally well, right? Right? You guys get that feeling, right? And we know we get that feeling from the Knicks and the Celtics that they want everything for them to happen and they'll roll the red carpet open for them. It's just their ineptitude that don't get them success. So, hey, I'm Spider-Man pointing at you, Spider-Man. And I hope y'all do good to an extent, but I hope we win today. So that's what I'll say right there. Yeah, he's saying that Duran's going to drop 30 points. Not if Jakob Poeltl will have anything to do with it. And the last time y'all played us, we didn't have Jakob Poeltl, I believe. So we're going to have our center today. And this is going to be totally different. The first time we played y'all did use size and strength against us to beat us. But we have our main lineup today. And we will be able to stop you a little bit better with Jakob Poeltl in the middle. And don't forget this man, Scotty Barnes, who's got 9 clutch blocks in the 4th quarter, including the one against Jalen Green on Friday night. So, yeah, Duran's not going to get 30 on us. He's not, because Block-Up will be there, and he will be in between him. Trust me. Yeah. Raptors Champs is saying, good morning, Raptor Freaks and Champs. Looks like another win today. That's what I'm hoping, man. Either way, in my life, I'm winning. Winning, Charlie Sheen. I shouldn't say Charlie Sheen after that. So I don't know if Charlie Sheen's still winning. And Ibrahim saying respect. Respect, man. Seriously. This is a Raptors fan channel. I'm not like a journalist. I could be. I am trained. I am trained in journalism, but I'm a fan. I stand on this on a fan side. So I am very biased. It is Raptors freak. And I am a freak about the Raptors. But also, I do believe that this world needs better sportsmanship, needs more respect between competitors, and that there's a lot of immature people doing immature shit lately. And that's why I say you bridge the gap through competitive sports of finding the ties that bind and not the things that divide. These guys are Pistons fans that care about their team enough to come into my channel and be here right now. That shows that these guys are Pistons freaks. And I appreciate that. So, yeah, you know what? We all have a passion for the NBA. We have a passion for the sport of basketball. We can all get along. That's what I'm saying right there. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Respect. Adam Hurley's saying, damn, shit ass. Who knows? Maybe we fail again. Man, either way, listen, in some ways, it's not up to us. It's up to the players, right? And maybe a little bit up to Mark Davis. But this is the thing. I just say, we'll just have to see. I do feel like the NBA may try and screw you guys and make you guys get underneath somebody by the end of the year. So I'd be very vigilant to keep that number one spot at the top. Y'all deserve it. Seriously, y'all been running with it the whole year, and it would be a damn shame if y'all kind of had a weird crumble at the end of the season where all of a sudden the Celtics are the number one team in the East. I'd hate that so much. So keep going. Keep up on that spot. Seriously, man. I would hate that so much. Medved Ted saying, so what is the issue with CMB's nagging thumb injury? Well, he's not got I don't think it's a ligament thing, but he can't grip. Like he cannot grab with his left hand. The thumb is not working. It won't grip. It won't tighten or hold. So we kind of saw this the last couple of games he played. When somebody would pass him the ball, he couldn't catch it because this hand, his left hand, the thumb is not closing to grab. So he's got like a useless hand right now because his thumb's useless. So that's why CMB's out right now. We got to see what happens. But Dargo said in the practice interview the other day, he said they don't know if he needs surgery or not. They're just trying to see if it'll heal. So it's a weird injury. It's a weird injury. But from what I heard the other day is he can't hold anything with his left hand right now. So, yeah, that don't sound good, right? Yeah, he had to play through the pain. Now he's being sidelined. Is the medical team on top of it? Oh, they're on top of it. The Raptors have a top-notch NBA medical team with Dr. Alex McKechnie. This man's nominated for the NBA Hall of Fame, the Basketball Hall of Fame. He must be good at his job, right? Yeah, they got something for that. Trevor's saying refs did some bad calls on Miami last night, too. Let the Magic win the game. Really? Really? So you saw some ref manipulation in that game? It didn't look close, though, because I checked the score in the middle of the game, and the Magic were up by 20. So it can't be that much of ref manipulation that the Magic were already kicking their butt, right? Right? Maybe there were some bad calls at the end. They were trying to come back. Maybe the NBA is mad at Eric Spoelstra for the Bam Adebayo thing. I don't know. Oh, no, man. Raptors Champs is saying keep CMB on the bench until he's fully healed. Yeah, maybe he can get this fixed in the next 2 or 3 weeks. And then if he can get a little bit of a runway going in the playoffs to get conditioning and to get up to speed, we'll be all right. Because in some ways, it's like right now we're in a real grind the rest of this month, man. We have a lot of games in March, and we had a whole bunch of rest days in March already. So everything's jammed up for the rest of the month. And we're about to go on a West Coast road trip, the last big road trip of the year. And this one is going to be a tough one. So this month is so hard, and our balance between the play-in and the playoffs right now is very tenuous. We are definitely like a circus acrobat walking that high wire in the big top, really high up. And honestly, there's no net there. So we need to be holding on and staying up there and not falling down in the NBA standings, because there is a place to fall right now, right below us. And that's why in some ways, man, Pistons fans, I know y'all want to win. We need this bad. And honestly, this could be a smart strategy for you guys, because you're going to play a playing team, right? Like right now, the ones that you got to look at are Atlanta and Charlotte, because they're kind of down there. But it could be any of the play-in teams. You guys put us in the play-in. Do you guys want us in the first round? I don't know. Maybe you do, because maybe you think they were easy. I don't know. Either way, there is some strategy to this. I guess JB Bickerstaff's not going to be trying to lose games just to lose games because he's worried about things in the playoffs at this point in the season. Maybe he'll tinker with it near the end of the season. But either way, there may be some positives if the Pistons lose to the Raptors today, as far as standings things. We keep us out of the play-in. We're not playing y'all in the early rounds. I don't know if you're that worried about us, though. Fiercely saying this: Good morning, fam, and happy game day. Let's show our resilience and that the shed incident truly solidified our bond and winning mentality. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to start using a verb like this. Are you trying to DeJounte us? That's what I'm going to start saying. You trying to DeJounte me, motherfucker? That's what I'm going to say. It's an easy verb, real quick. You trying to DeJounte us? Motherfucker, we don't do that. No, you trying to DeJounte me? Nah, and everybody will know exactly what we're talking about. Yeah, the verb will be, you trying to punk me? Like a DeJounte Murray? Yeah, I'm gonna start using that now, and that'll be shorthand for this. It's like, man, these motherfuckers better not be trying to DeJounte us. I mean, seriously, Raptors Nation is on high alert. The Pistons can be a scrappy bunch, especially when beef stew's on the menu. But, also at the same time, I think there's a lot of respect between our two teams, basically because of their all-stars. And, Scotty and Kate are tight, man. These guys are really, really tight. They love each other a lot. Scotty used to talk about like their friendship on Twitch. And, that starts at the top. Teams aren't necessarily going to brawl if the leaders are kind of like best friends, right? It's not like that, right? Even to the extent of like if Goodwin the other night in the Phoenix game really talked so much trash, his goofy ass mask self. I think Jalen Green would have stepped in and said, "No, man, this is my friend Scott, and like we're not going to do this. Like, what is this about? No, we're not doing this." So I don't see it getting like that unless there's a weird physical moment between certain players, and then all of a sudden something gets crazy. But for the most part, the Pistons are a franchise that are under the microscope for any kind of fracas. I mean, the Malice in the Palace will just do that, right? The history of that will make people kind of like put you under a microscope. And I know Beef Stew. I love Beef Stew. I have so much respect for him, how he stands on business. And I'll never forget that clip where he was bloodied and he was coming after LeBron. Oh my gosh, man. That dude's a badass. Seriously. And I am kind of happy he's not playing today. I'm just going to say that. I am kind of happy he's not playing today. All right, guys, let's keep moving in the stream today. Let me go ahead and do the Instagram story of the day. Now, I'm not going to do the Instagram stories, all of them anymore. I'm going to select one Instagram story and I'm going to highlight it. And today's Instagram story comes to us from Sandro Mamukelishvili. Sandro and his girlfriend, Sadie's, they love the zoo, guys. They have gone to the zoo twice in the last year, and they went yesterday. Yeah, they've already gone to the zoo. They go into the zoo in the winter, man. This is how much they love animals and going to the zoo. I'm pretty sure that they just love this stuff. Because me personally, I've lived in Toronto for a long time. I don't remember the last time I went to the zoo. But Sandro's here in Toronto playing for the Raptors this year. He wants to go to the Toronto Zoo. So he was at the zoo yesterday, and he has a great video of a baby giraffe. Yeah, it's so cute. It's like just a baby giraffe. There's the mama and the little baby giraffe, and he's saying, I had an amazing time at the Toronto Zoo. I met a baby giraffe. So y'all, Sandro Mamu met a baby giraffe yesterday. That's amazing. And then there's another story he has here of a rhinoceros, a big old horny rhinoceros. He's got a huge horn. Let's just say it. And yeah, there's a rhino in there too. So very, very cool stuff. I love to see Mercedes and Sandro enjoying the Toronto Zoo as a place to go and hang out. And they like I said, they've been there already. This is the second trip they gone to in like the last couple months. Seriously. So yeah, baby giraffe's so cute. And Sandro was all about seeing that. This is pretty cool. All right, let's do the Raptors Redditor of the day. We have fans on Reddit that say all kinds of things. Some of them are way out of pocket, but some of them are pretty cool. And today's Raptors Redditor of the day is Shogun Rowe. Shogun Rowe has brought to us an amazing Scotty Barnes rookie card. He said I've had this Scotty Barnes rookie card for a while. I figured Raptors fans would appreciate it. No, this is nice, man, because you know what? This isn't just a general regular Scotty Barnes rookie card. This card is a jersey card with a part of Scotty's jersey in the card. You know those kind of cards where they take game-worn jersey pieces and they put them inside the card. And it says flawless on it. It is 15 of 15. There's only 15 of these cards ever made. And he's got the 15 of the 15th one. And it's got Scotty's signature on it. and I seen his signature. It's authentic, and it's just a beautiful card, man. It's got a piece of Scotty's jersey on it, man. That's a really good Scotty rookie card. That's a really, really that's gonna be worth a lot of money, that card that dude has. And I have to appreciate it, man, because it's badass. So yeah, you're the Raptors Raider of the day for sharing your amazing Scotty Barnes rookie card, Shogun Row. If you guys want to see it, it's on Raptors Reddit. You can go look at it there. Part of my Raptors collection for a few years now. I always liked this Scotty card, so I thought I'd finally share it here. Yes, and people are saying stunning card, man. Yeah, everybody's saying it. Flawless, game worn jersey, man. Yeah, everybody's giving it compliments, as I do too. And I'm gonna put it on blast on the Raptor Freak channel today, because that's a Raptor Freak kind of rookie card right there. That's right. That's right. Fiercely saying cute giraffe and rhinoceros. Yeah, they love the animals. Of course, they have their dogs. We learned about that on the Open Gym episode from in the last month. This Sandro and Mercedes love their dog family, and having them up in Toronto and walking them around in downtown Toronto, Queen West area. Yeah, I can kind of figure out where they're kind of staying. They're staying right downtown because they go and walk around. Like Alessandro was in Graffiti Alley, and they're partaking of the real downtown Toronto experience by living right down in the middle of the streets, like in Queen West. It's kind of like Bobby Webster used living over in that area before. Yeah, that's a fantastic area to live in. Lots of activity, lots of fun stuff to do. And I like that Sandro and Mercedes have a place down there. Yeah, I don't know where they are exactly. I'm not trying to tell stalkers to go look for them. All right, let's keep going with my tabs, man. Let's see. What else do we got? All right, let's do the straight goods on Canadian goods, guys. All right, so we're playing the Pistons today. And Detroit is all about the Motor City. And that's about vehicles, right? Cars. Well, did you guys know that we can support Canada by buying Canadian manufactured cars? Yeah, sure. We don't create our own cars because we don't have our own car company, but we do have plants in our country that produce cars. And we know Ford's here. Ford is here. They build stuff in Oakville, and Chevrolet's in Oshawa, and Windsor's got Dodge, and Chrysler's in Windsor also. But forget about those ones. Forget about the American brands. Let's talk about Honda and Toyota. There's a bunch of Hondas made in Alliston, Ontario. There's a bunch of Toyotas built in Cambridge and Woodstock. So, you can go and look at a vehicle that you might want to buy, and you can look at the VIN number. The VIN number will tell you if it was made in Canada. So if you are trying to buy a new car, you can help our economy by actually buying a Canadian manufactured car. And the way you check to see if the car was made in Canada is that the VIN number starts with the number 2. If you are trying to purchase a new vehicle, check the VIN number. And I'll say right now, let's buy Canadian manufactured cars. I would say go and lean towards Toyota and Honda right now, and maybe not into the American car companies. But if you want to buy an American car by Ford or somebody, check that VIN number, because you may be buying a Canadian-made Ford. So yeah, we can support Canada in multiple ways, and buying a Canadian-made car supports local jobs in the Canadian economy. It's easier to service and maintain due to local parts availability, and there's a stronger resale value in Canadian markets. So yeah, and also the cars that are made in Canada are built to meet Canadian safety and weather standards. So buy Canadian vehicles. Even if they're a different company from another country like Japan or US, we can support our Canadian auto manufacturers by buying vehicles that are Canadian made. There you go. There you go. There's your straight goods on Canadian goods. A little tailor-made for our opponent today, the Detroit Pistons. That's right. That's right. That's right. Motor City, baby. Let's go. We're going to play Motor City Cruise, I think, coming up soon, too, with the G League. So we'll have some previews for that, too, coming up. I think we play them on St. Patrick's Day, I believe. Yeah, we're going to play them on St. Patrick's Day on Tuesday. And maybe I'll go to that game, too. Why not? Go on down to Paramount Fine Food Center and watch the Raptors 905 play the Motor City Cruise, the G League team of the Pistons. Yeah, they're going to wear, this is the interesting thing. You know that the 905 are going to wear City Edition jerseys on Tuesday for St. Patrick's Day. They look a lot like the Brandon jersey. I'm wearing the Brandon jersey underneath. They have a jersey that looks like this, but it's Mississauga. And they'll be wearing those on Tuesday. It's weird because the 905 have so many different specialty jerseys. Like, and they only wear them for like one game. It's kind of crazy. I wonder what the cost is on all that. And like to get all those specialty jerseys, man, you could get all kinds of jerseys. 905 wears like 7 different jerseys their whole season. It's crazy. They really do. They have like 5 specialty jerseys and then 2 regular jerseys. It's crazy. All right, let me keep going in the tab. I see that the comments are slight. If I get done really fast here, that's great because I can continue my workout before I leave, and then I got to go get Adriana and head to Scotiabank Arena. And yeah, we got our seats right around where we normally sit. And I'm going to be loud. This game was expensive, though. There's a lot of tickets on resale for this game that are jacked up because it's March break and it's also a family-friendly time to go to a game at 3:30 p.m. on a Sunday. So the demand for the game tickets for this game today actually drove up the prices to come to the game. We paid a bit more than we normally do for our seats to go to this game because there is a high demand for this one, apparently. That's what I learned. All right, let's see. No birthdays today, guys. Y'all check on your fantasy teams. If you're in the Raptor Freak Yahoo Fantasy League, check on your teams and get them ready. Doug Smith's got his weekly mailbag out, ye old mailbag. So go check that out on the Toronto Star. Let's see. What else we got? Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and just go right into the classic card. Yeah, Fiercey. Oh, Jimmy. Good morning, Jimmy. Thank you, Jimmy. Have fun, Lex. Represent. I will. I will. I'm going to come down there with my voice. You're going to hear the defense chants in the first quarter. Yeah, you will. Because that's how I come down there. I'm not going to be coming down there not to help them. This is a hard card, so we're going to have to see how y'all do on this. Man, this is a really hard card. This is maybe one of the hardest classic cards we've had in a little while, and it's not even that classic. It's kind of new, but I appreciate that Pope of positivity, Jimmy Pope, man. Yeah. All right, here we go. Full name answer. If you know who this classic card of the day is, it looks like a Spurs jersey. This guy, man, I don't even remember this guy. Man, this card is so shiny. Yeah, I'm going to be going defense. But I'm going to be louder. That's a little quiet for how I do it. And hopefully the little kids sitting around me will join in with me. And their parents can give me stink eyes. And I'll be like, yeah, I believe the children are our future. So get over yourself and start cheering too. That's what I'll tell them, Whitney Houston. That's right. This is always the kids will join in with me, and the parents are like, why are you doing that? I love the Raptors, Daddy. I want them to win. Keldon Johnson. That's a good guess, James. That's a good guess, but it's not Keldon. This guy's a little bit smaller player than Keldon Johnson. He's not on the Spurs anymore, so it's a tough one. Isaac Campbell's here with the defense, or at least the fencing. Yeah, this is a tough one, man. If you're really brushed up on your recent NBA and you know all your bit players, you might know who this is. Let's say his first name is sounds like what this is a little bit. Like, what is this part of the hat? What part of the hat is this that I'm touching right now? His first name is kind of similar to that word, and that makes it kind of it's tough, man. And his last name is like a book that talks about rich people. It's not a book, a magazine. His last name is a magazine that reports on wealth. That should give it away right there. Yeah, because there's your clues. His first name is kind of this word, what this part of the hat is. And his last name is a magazine that reports on wealth in the world. So that should give it away. Bryn Forbes is right. Bryn, it's Bryn. Fiercey got it. It's Bryn, and she spelled it right. That's right. Bryn Forbes. Yeah, I was like, who's going to remember this guy? I mean, seriously, barely in the league. Actually, he played for the Spurs for a few years, it looks like. I don't remember him at all. He's not in the league now. All right, Fiercey, I'm going to give you 200 points for Bryn Forbes because I feel like that was a hard classic card. Because, honestly, who the fuck is Bryn Forbes? Come on now. Fiercey, 200 points on the classic card of the day. We'll add it to your score. And, of course, Fiercey is our trivia leader. She's been doing so well this year. And she's probably going to get her name on the trophy. We're going to put her on the trophy. Yeah, I don't have the trophy in here. It's out in the studio. We're going to show the trophy to everybody sometime. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to guess Tim Forbes. Laughing my ass. Tim Forbes. Like, is a brim of your hat. Brim. Yeah. Tim. Yeah, Tim would have looked. No, he's done. No shade. Just done. Yeah, where is he? Where in the world is Bryn Forbes? Let's do that. Like, all right, we're gonna play the game. Where in the world is Bryn Forbes? Where in the world is he? Any bets on what team he's playing for around the world right now? Okay, let's see. Wow, actually, he is last played for Eris of the Greek Basketball League. So he's in Greece. Is where in the world is he? He's in Greece playing in Greek basketball. Yeah, that's where he is. He is an NBA champion. In 2021, on which team was that? Was that the Bucks? Yeah, I think he was on the Bucks championship. That's cool. There you go. All right, so he is an NBA champion. I shouldn't shade him that much then. All right, y'all. I guess we're done, man. I don't know what else to do. I can review everything. We can talk a little bit about how to beat the Pistons. You know, I feel like the things that we did against the Suns that we did well, some of it can be applied to the Pistons, but some of it can't. You know, the Suns are a good offensive rebounding team. So whatever we did to try and hold them off from that, we need to do with the Pistons. I think if we concentrate on trying to battle them on the rebounds and we do a good job of getting it as close or even out rebounding them, that's our best chance to win. Because once again, it's a simple sport. You get rebounds and make shots, you win. And well, that's what we did last game to win. So we need to replicate that. Now, some of the stuff that we need to do, because the Pistons are such a tenacious team, very tough and very good defensively, is really find the space to get our guys open space to shoot, especially Brandon Ingram. And when we did that on Friday, we were very successful. We found out new inventive ways to get Brandon free to create his shot at a high level. And we need to take the test today against a very tough team of trying to create that space and that ability for Brandon to get high percentage shots against a very determined, aggressive, physical Detroit team. So it's going to be different. It's going to be different. You know, there are some similarities with the grit and the determination of the Suns with the Pistons. But there's a little bit more of an uptick in like quality and talent and size when you're talking about Detroit versus Phoenix. So, you know, build off of some of the stuff we did on Friday, but also tailor make the game plan to your specific opponent today. And hopefully we can do something. Of course, we've got to get to Herter and Duncan Robinson and other three-point shooters on the Pistons. We cannot let them herder us by, you know, hitting a lot of threes wide open. So we do need to really protect the three-point line on defense. And if we can take that aspect away from the Pistons, they'll be easier to beat. If they're hitting threes, it'll be a lot tougher to beat them. You know, Cade Cunningham has become such a well-rounded player that you know, you have to worry about him for all kinds of different things. And I was really impressed with him when we played him the first time this year, because now he's getting things like blocks, and he's of course getting steals still, but also the way he was scoring and the way he was more aggressive. He's definitely leveled up and maturing as a fifth-year player in this league at this point. So there's a lot to worry about with the Pistons. You know, they got rid of a lot of their old vets in the offseason, and they're a little bit younger this year than they were last year. But in some ways, I worry about that for them in the playoffs, because, you know, people like Schroeder and Hardaway, those kind of guys will be missed when it gets to postseason, is what I'm thinking. But who knows? Maybe they'll be fine, because Cade has graduated himself to such a level as their franchise player that it's going to be all right. Tobias Harris still being there is definitely important. Is definitely important for that team. I think Tobias Harris has been very underrated for years now, and that you know, Philadelphia didn't appreciate him enough that they deserve to feel his loss and like the absence of him. So yeah, it's kind of like what I'm seeing for today. Fiercely saying, enjoy the game with Adriana, Lex. I always do. Hopefully we'll win. Hopefully we'll win. That'll make me enjoy it even more. So we'll see. I'm going to come down there. And, man, if I have to yell at Mark Davis at the top of my lungs, I will. I will. He will hear me. Trust me. He will hear me. And I'll tell him. It was a big impact in one of those Philly games earlier this year where I yelled at Rodney Mott, and I told him, I see y'all cheating. And he started wiping his brow like he was stressed. It was so funny. I was like, I see you, Rodney. I see what you're doing. He started, oh, I'm sweating. Oh, my gosh. He's sweating. So I'm gonna try and keep them accountable. All I want is them to call it down the middle. If there's any ref manipulation, just to write a storyline, like if they honestly, if they railroaded us to win against the Pistons because they want to hold the Pistons down, I'd be kind of mad about that, even though we won. And I'll watch for that. I just don't want the refs to be the factor in any kind of way. And 2 out of the 3 of the refs are bad refs. Let's just put it that way. Eric Lewis, oh my gosh, I can't even believe they brought him back. And then Mark Davis, yeah, he's just notorious. The big tight end guy, he's good. He's a good ref. The middle ref, the big dude, the tight end, he's good. But those other 2 guys are clowns, man. And I don't trust them as far as I could throw them. Let's just put it that way. But I don't know which side they're coming to sabotage, though. Are they coming to sabotage the home team, or are they coming to sabotage the Eastern Conference leading Detroit Pistons? They might be coming to sabotage them and coming to help us. In a weird, bizarre, upside down world, Mark Davis is actually fighting to help us win because he's trying to hold down the Pistons for the Celtics. That could happen today. Seriously, that could happen. Yeah, Fiercey saying Pistons hella aggressive, and even Cunningham has jumped in the bully bandwagon. Curious to see how he'll play against his buddy Scotty. You mean Cade's a bully? I don't think he's a bully. I think he just plays tough and he plays with an edge. I don't think he's out there trying to start fights or anything. He's a smart guy. He's not like that. He's got guys on his team that'll take care of that for him. He doesn't need to do that. He doesn't need to do that. Jimmy's saying boxing out and grabbing rebounds, feed the transition game, and carry over their energy from the win against the Suns. Yes. Yes. Take the lessons from what you learn. Use that eye of the tiger that RJ Barrett has. You know, Scotty, this is what I wrote, Lloyd. I said, I hope that Scotty understands when other teams talk trash, when other teams are bowing up or doing crazy shit in the game and disrespecting you, that's when you hulk up, Scott. That's when you say, fuck this shit. You won't like me when I'm angry. I'm Bruce Banner, and now I'm green, motherfucker. Yeah, and then dun 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 dun. He's like dunking it on their heads. I mean, I'm serious, man. I want him to get more motivated to kick ass. In some ways, I feel like Scotty just kind of lets the game come to him, and he kind of just goes with the flow. Man, you could be a power player. You don't have to be an NPC. You can be the dude who directs everything and does what you want to do on the court. In some ways, your buddy Cade's doing that more in his power in some ways. You're not. You're kind of, in some ways, you could be doing it more like that. I want you to motivate yourself however you have to. Think about Jordan. Think about Kobe. Think about how those guys wanted to kill the other opponent. Maybe they made up shit in their minds. Like I said, Michael Jordan would make up crazy shit in his head, and he would say, yeah, Jeff Hornacek said this about my grandma. I'm going to go destroy him tonight in the Utah Jazz. He would do shit like that. Seriously. So, Scotty, whatever do you have to do to lie to yourself? Maybe you say something like, Cade was so rude to me last time I talked to him on the phone. I'm going to get his ass. You know, something like that. Just make it up. It doesn't even have to be true. Just be delusionally angry at them and hulk up. That's what I'm asking you to do, Scott. Hulk up. Because when you hulk up, it's evident when you do. Because that Goodwin talked trash to you on Friday night at the free throw line. What did you do? You hulked up and came down there and threw it down on their head. That's what I'm saying, Scott. You know, the motivation can come from different places. And you can even make it up in your head and be crazy. I'm like, oh, you said something. Oh, I didn't, Scotty. I didn't do nothing. I didn't say nothing. Oh, I heard you. I heard what you said. I just want this energy. I seriously do. And it's not a fighting energy. It's just an energy that's very strongly aggressive, dominant, Shaquille O'Neal kind of energy. I'm going to dunk it on your head energy. That's what I want. That's what I want right there. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Fiercely saying win, 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 win. And Jimmy's saying reminds me of when I went to see the Raptors with my sister the year after we won the chip, and we had really close seats. And thinking back, I'm shocked I didn't get a warning for cussing out the refs. Yeah, they changed it now. Like, this is very different in the last couple of years. They are very against profanity. You know, and over the years of the Raptors, you could get away with dropping F-bombs and yelling, even though it's kind of a little bit like, there are kids here, and maybe you shouldn't do that. I mean, I've been guilty of it. I did cuss at Rodney Mott and them that night. Rodney and Mitchell Irvin and Natalie Sago that night against Philadelphia. I did. I said, what the fuck are you all doing? And somebody looked at me. They looked at me. The security guys looked at me, and they tried to figure out who I was. And maybe they were like giving me an evil eye, like, yeah, that's your warning. If you cuss again, we're going to come take you out and throw you out of the building. Yeah, it's changed. Like, I've noticed in the last 2 years, they're way more saying, like, if there's hand gestures or profanity, they will come and throw you out. They will, because they really do want the family environment, and they don't want, some of the stuff that's been happening is where like fans are taunting people like Russell Westbrook and saying ugly things about his family and his private life. They don't want that kind of shit. They don't want people coming to games and doing that kind of stuff. If people can be funny with trash talk and not have to cuss or get dirty with personal information. You can just talk trash and just say goofy shit that's funny. And that's better. Everybody may have a laugh. Oh, listen to this guy, he's funny. That's kind of funny what you just said. That's good. And being loud, of course you should be able to be loud at a basketball game. But yeah, yelling profanity and stuff like that, it is at the point where the security are trained and they will come and ask you to stop, or they won't even give you a warning and say you're out of here. And if anytime you get ejected from an NBA game, I don't know, I've never been. Just so you know, I've never ever been ejected from the Raptors game. You get put you on a list, and in some ways you don't want to be on that list. Let's just put it that way. I worried about this when I went to the 905 game recently, because I'm sitting at center court. I'm right on the court, and they have little things that they have in the seats saying if you do anything, you could get in trouble and you could get banned from all MLSC buildings. So it's like, that's why when Kareem's telling me go streaking on the court, I'm like, what are you talking about, man? I don't want to get banned from Raptors games for the rest of my life. You're crazy. So, there is a certain responsibility, a certain line you should walk as a fan when you're sitting close to the court. And there's certain things you just shouldn't do. And I see bad fan behavior around the court all the time. People talking trash to the players in the middle of the game. And who knows what they're saying? They could be saying things that are very ugly, like what Russell Westbrook has been put through at times. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, heat of the moment. That's right. Guardian Transit's in the house. Good morning to Guardian Transit, man. Long time Raptor freak. Good to see you in the chat, man. I would like to see a W against the Pistons. Yeah, I would too. But our crew chief is Mark Davis. We've got Eric Dalen, who's fine. And then Eric Lewis, the disgraced ref that's come back. And this may be his first NBA game back. I'm not even sure. He's been doing rehab in a 905, or not G League games. He was at a 905 game recently. But I guess he's come up, and now he's getting an NBA assignment today against in the game that we have today. So Eric Lewis is refereeing today, and he's not a good ref, man. He's shady as fuck, man. Shady. Yeah. All right, let's see. Medved saying Pistons are 22nd in the league in three-point shooting with 34.8%. Raptors are 24th with 34.6%. We have similar struggles. Well, I mean, I like an inside game. I think the three-point shot is way too much importance in today's game. I like some of the ideas some people have been saying. One of the ideas they have to limit the three-point shot from being so important is making the line go to the edges and having no alley in the corner. So that there's like basically what they take the line and it would come around the regular spot. It wouldn't be moved out or moved in, but the line would arc and it would never go straight. It would go straight to the sideline. So there's no three-point space in the corner or all the way down. And all the three-point shooting is around the top. And they say that this could actually change the game to limit the three-point shots because there won't be so many of these corner threes anymore. So that's an interesting idea for how to try and change the league away from such an importance on the three-point line. And there are people that are pushing for this change within the NBA right now. So I think that's kind of an interesting idea. What would y'all think about an arc? Not a whole thing that comes around to the end line, but it goes to the sideline on the top. And that whole area where you shoot corner threes is gone. It's 2 points instead. And that's one of the innovations they're talking about. It's an interesting idea. Let's see. Jimmy's saying, I think it was against the Clippers when Kawhi got his ring and we got smacked. I don't remember which one. It was a game. That was the game you went to? Okay. This guy's saying Pistons by 10. This is his prediction. Low budget gamer. Thank you for your subscription, my guy. I appreciate you subscribing to the channel. Let's see. Jimmy's saying Raps by 5. There you go. We used to do this on this channel. There was a segment that we did for a while where we would all guess the score of the game, and I wrote it all down. And we had a competition between the Raptor Freaks about who was predicting the games the best. I don't want to do that again. I think that I stopped doing it partly because of the gambling epidemic that's happened in basketball. So I don't do that anymore. But we used to do this where everybody would write in what they thought the score was, and I'd write it down, and we kept track. You guys remember that? The ones that were here back then? I remember that. That was a couple years ago, though. Shaq Lindsay saying nothing on the buyout market yet. Yeah, I'm paying attention to the wire of news to see if we do anything with our last roster spot, but nothing. All quiet on the Western Front so far. Nothing there yet. Shaq Lindsay's looking at it too. Come on, Bobby, don't sleep on it. Get Cole. Yeah, Cole Anthony may be a Raptor by the end of today. That's the thing. I don't know if we're going to get somebody in time for the Pistons game, but we may be making a transaction today to fill our open roster spot that's been open this whole entire year, finally today, because today's the deadline, the 15th. That's right. That's right. Cole can play. That would be nice. Cole Anthony has a gaming edge. He has grit. He has a compete. He's not necessarily a true NBA player because he's an in-between player in positions. And his knocks on him are that, he's not a true point guard, but he's not really big enough to be a true shooting guard. So he's in this weird between world in his position, but he's also shown some crazy things in the NBA as far as like a determination and a barrage of threes and being an impact in games sometimes to help his team win, at least from what we saw in Orlando in recent years. But now he's on a buyout market. He's just sitting at home. And it could be possible that the Raptors pick him up for a veteran presence off the bench that has experience and grit and determination and also could hit some threes and maybe game out a little bit. Yeah, that's why it may be a good idea. I'm not a big fan of him in general, but if he's helpful to the Raptors, if he makes sense for the Raptors, like Bobby Webster thinks he makes sense, then I'm all for it. And let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. It could be a totally out of the blue, somebody we had no idea and we're pleasantly surprised. It could also be a huge letdown. And it could be somebody that were like, what the fuck? You're getting this person? Why? What if he did promote Markelle Fultz and brought him up? I'd be like, why did you do this? This is such a waste of time. The man can't play in G League. How the fuck is he going to play in the NBA? It's not Markelle Fultz. I'm pretty sure it's not. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Shaq Lindsay saying, Lex, I'm in agreement with you on getting Cole. Much needed punch on the bench, plus good character. Yeah, I don't know about his character. The thing about him, though, is like there's some dog factor in him. Like in some ways, he would stand on business. Like he's the kind of guy that might get in the middle of things real quick if things are going in a weird way. RJ, we know he's like that. We've got to question this because of the DeJounte Murray episode this week. And, well, Cole Anthony's probably running up and getting in the middle of it if it's happening around him. So, yeah. Plus good character. Well, his dad's Greg, right? It's been on TV for a long time. Former New York Knick, former Memphis Grizzly, Vancouver Grizzly. Sorry, I should say former Vancouver Grizzly, Greg Anthony. So the NBA's in his family business, right? And, in some ways, players that are the sons of players, they're different. They're different. They're built different, like Gary Trent Jr. and Jalen Brunson and Bronny James. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know. Cole Anthony, we'll see. We'll see. And we'll probably hear about it today. Yeah. All right. I already did the classic card. Yeah, I've ran through pretty much everything. I'm right at an hour. You know what? I'm going to run it down and get out of here, guys, because I want to finish my workout and get in the truck and drive downtown because it is a 2-hour drive for me to get to the arena. So I need to get going. The game's at 3:30. All right, y'all. Real quick, the injuries for today. Colin Murray-Boyles can't use his left thumb. So he is out still, guys. Chucky Hepburn is recuperating from his meniscus surgery, and he is jogging now. But he is still out. But that's it for the injury report for the Raptors. Everybody else is available. So expect a notorious barbecue yak to start for the game today. That's right. The Pistons are reporting that beef stew is not on the menu due to a calf strain. And Ausar Thompson is probable to play. He does have an ankle injury, but he is probably going to play. So, yeah, that's what's going on with the Pistons with their injuries. And their starting lineup should be Cade Cunningham, Duncan Robinson, Ausar Thompson, Tobias Harris, and Jalen Duren. Yeah, they've won 3 in a row after losing 4 in a row. And the Pistons, they're up there. They're 64% matchup predictor winner by ESPN. So ESPN thinks they got a 64% chance that they're going to win. The referees today, once again, in the replay center, Ed Malloy. That's a bad one right there, that Ed Malloy is in the replay center. Mark Davis is the crew chief. He favors the Raptors statistically in the history, but that's partly because the Pistons have been really bad at times and have really bad records, and that's part of the reason why the record for the Pistons is probably not that good. Eric Dalen, he heavily favors the Raptors today. And then Eric Lewis, he's coming back. He favors the Raptors too. So they all statistically favor us. But a lot of that is because the Pistons have had some really, really bad seasons. Really, really bad seasons where they didn't win a lot. And these percentages for these refs get skewered and lowered because of that. That's the thing, man. Mark Davis is a ref manipulator, a ref hit job artist. But I don't know who he's coming to take out. He could be coming to take the Pistons out for some weird reason. So we'll have to watch him. Watch the ref manipulation today. I'm sure it'll be there. I'm sure it's going to be there, but I don't know who he's coming to mess with. He could be coming to mess with Detroit in a weird way. Watch. Seriously, I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, it's not the best crew. In some ways, I don't like this crew at all, man. I really do not like them. Yeah. All right, Isaac, thank you for putting Lex on blast with the starting 5 of Lex. Look, I'm even got the jersey on that I'm in the picture right now. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to go down there. I'm going to get loud for y'all. If you hear me on TV, let me know. Defense! Defense! Yeah, it's going to be down there. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching the Raptor Freak stream preview for the Pistons at the Raptors, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Scotiabank Arena. Be there or be square. And I will be there. I'm not square today. That's right. I love you guys. I hope everybody has a great day, including the Pistons fans that are here with us today. I appreciate you guys coming in. It's all in good sports. You know what I'm going to do real quick? I'm going to do my prayer. Why not? Let's start doing this, Lex. Why not? Do this on the show. It's Sunday too, man. All right, here we go. I'm going to do my prayer real quick, guys. Dear God, thank you for all I have in my life, the gratitude I have for you, for everything that I have in my life that sustains me and keeps me safe and keeps me clothed and under a roof. I appreciate so much these basic necessities of life, water, food, everything, clothing, love, happiness, friends. Thank you. Glory to God. God is great. Please bestow safety from injury and harm to the Toronto Raptors, the Detroit Pistons, all the teams in the NBA, all the athletes around the world, all the people around the world, all the living organisms around the world, to be safe from harm, injury, from ecocide, genocide, evil 1% that are trying to destroy this world in an evil Lex Luthor way. We just want safety for everyone, for the vulnerable, the disabled, the old, the women, the people of color, the immigrants, everybody who's under target by evil forces out here right now. I want protection, safety from injury, harm, rape, genocide, murder, war, all of these evil things. I know you are good and you are great, and I have blind faith that in the maelstrom of the storm of this bullshit that's going on in this world right now, that you will come through in the end and you will see us through, and all the glory to God will happen and the good things will happen. I appreciate you so much. If you can help the Raptors win today, I wouldn't mind. But either way, please protect them all from injury at the very least. Amen. There you go. There's your prayer for the game today. And I meant every word of it. That's right. Yeah. Amen. That's right. That's right, Raptors champs. That's how champions go. We believe in God, and we believe in what's right, and we believe in Christ. And what Christ teaches is goodwill to man, having a long table where everybody can sit at it, and equality for all. And anybody who's saying anything otherwise that don't jive with that vibe, they are not of God. They are of the Antichrist. Let's just put it that way. And there's a lot of Antichrists in the United States right now, and it emanates from the White House. So we all got to be aware of that. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching me. Let's go Raptors. And I hope you guys can out-rebound the Pistons today, outshoot them from 3, and we get that W tonight. So let's go to the game. I'm going to get in my truck right after I finish working out. Let's go Raptors. Let's